alive on this lovely Friday. It is Friday, everybody. And you know what day it is. We always get that reminder, don't we? Well, this is the reminder for us. We live naturally. And we live so naturally, we take it for granted. Listen, I have a window box and I planted some seeds in it. And I was watering the seeds. I went out last night and I looked in there and I could see the green breaking the surface. And I said, hallelujah, it's not bamboo. It is lettuce. It is not bamboo. And I said, well, look at how naturally this thing happens, right? I planted something and I didn't second guess it and say, well, I hope it grows. I planted it and I expected it to grow. And sure enough, it has sprouted. It's the only thing that sprouted so far, right? Because I was looking and I was like, oh, this is really quick. But you see how we live naturally and we live so naturally. We take it for granted. When you tell people about the laws of creation and you tell them what those, and they're like, reaping what you sow. Well, that's obvious, duh. And I'm like, but dude, don't say duh. You can live it in your real, actual life on a daily basis, but deliberately. Instead of, you know that things are going to grow because they grow naturally. You know that we're not fully into summer. We're not 100% young at the minute, as they say in the West, yang, but it's yang. You're not 100% there. We're still coming out of the yin, going into the yang. So everything occurs naturally. That ebb and that flow, the movement of the seasons happens naturally. So too, your life has a rhythm. It has a pattern. And you and I, what we are encouraged to do is to harness it. We already know we have habits. There's not one of us that does not have a habit. Every single one of us has a habit because we must have a habit. So if you and I know we must have a habit, now here's where you are powerful. Choose the habit. You see? We live naturally. Stop taking it for granted and saying, well, life just happens. Of course, life happens naturally, but choose the experience. The moment we say to ourselves, oh my God, I don't know if I can do that, something naturally happens out of what you say. And if I say to you, well, be deliberate, choose what it is you want to happen. I don't think I have that power. Well, I can't do that. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. It is that easy, and everybody is doing it. When you say, oh, I can't do that, that's a choice. That is a command to not do it. And so when you don't do it, it's not a surprise to you. Why? Because you expected not to do it. That's why if you say, expect the best and plan for the worst, wait, what? What did you say? Expect the best, but plan for the. What do you think planning means? Planning means you are giving something your full attention. Well, you have to plan it. You plan your menu. You have to give that your attention. Whatever it is, hello, handsome. Whatever it is that you are planning is what you will experience. So that's why I'm here to remind you we live naturally. Well, you can't live unnaturally. Hello? You're living naturally. Whatever it is you condition yourself to do will occur naturally because that conditioning is who you say you are, and you cannot be other than what you declare yourself to be. So pay attention. Let me finish the curriculum. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And we're going to launch into this workshop. And you know me, hard and fast and to the point, right? That's the way I'm not dragging it out for 2 days, 3 days. No, we're going to take the time and we're going to do it in 3 hours. And you're going to get it. And you're going to hit the ground running and you're going to practice. You don't need 3 days. What for? But it'll be 3 hours, if that. But it's coming, right? We live naturally. Think about what that word means. Naturally, meaning according to your nature, is how we live. We cannot live any other way. We can only live according to our nature. And what is our nature? We do it every day. We do it every day so much we don't even know what it is anymore. We reap what we have sown, whether it is mentally or in the yard. So, today, as you go forth out into this world that we have all contributed into creating, we've all done it because there's only one thing doing it, isn't it? But again, I digress. What is it that you want to accomplish in your life? You see, we already see things in our mind's eye. When you want to go to the grocery store, what's the first thing you do? You look for what you don't have. Well, that's what you do when you go through the cupboard. If you're diligent, you put a magnet on the fridge with a blank piece of paper, and every time you run out of something, write it on that paper. Because then you don't have to go back and look for it. It's already there. I'll tell it to you again. Get a magnet, blank piece of paper, put it on the fridge, and get a pencil, right? And when you run out of something, oh no, it is empty. Or if you have one more of it, oh no, I need to refill. Write that item down because you're making a list as you go. You are keeping track of the lack in your life in the cupboard, right? Why? With the intent to fill it. Because the moment you write it on the list, you know that you're going to the store, do you not? Well, I'm sure. Well, why else would you make note of it? So you can change it, so you can fix it. It's not broken, you're just out of it. It's not broken, you're just, oh, look, I'm out of this thing. Let me refill it. Because naturally, the ebb and the flow. You're running out of something, you're beginning to ebb, yes? So go and fill it up so you can flow again. You see, we do it naturally. We don't have to force. So it goes with every single thing. So if you notice, practice then. If you notice, oh no, I've got this much money left, refill it with what? Put the number there. Well, it's just like your grocery list. But one of those things you go out and you get. Listen, that's not even true. We don't even have to go out anymore to buy our groceries. We can Instacart that bad boy, which means you can summon someone to bring you your things. Why do you think you summon them? Because naturally that's what we do. That's why we have names, so we can call ourselves or call the other person. Because that's our nature. We summon things. Naturally, that's what we do. Mom! Well, you've been summoned when you hear it said like that. Or in my case, oh, mother, you've been summoned. You see? Naturally, we summon. So don't think you can just summon someone when you call their name out loud. The moment you put your attention on them, you have summoned them because that is our nature. We live naturally. The thing to assist our naturalness now is being deliberate, meaning deciding, choosing, being aware. When you go to the grocery store and you have a grocery list, you are deliberate. You have a grocery list because you're going with an intention. But if you leave the house without a list, one, two, you leave the house and you're hungry, you will do your nature according to the hunger. This is why they tell you don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry, because you're going to buy everything. And you're not buying everything because you need it, you're buying it because of the mental state that you're in, hunger. And what do we live to do? As Neville Goddard says, we live to appease hunger. There is always the ebb and flow. We are always living for the appeasement, the satisfaction, because it is our nature to be satisfied. Well, think about it. If you're always looking for the satisfaction, well, that means that's your natural state, satisfaction. But we let the Rolling Stones come along and tell us that we couldn't get any. Our natural state is to be satisfied, or else it would not be the end result of things. Look at it. Every time you go, you're satisfied. That is our natural state, to be satisfied, to be satiated. Think about it. If you were always hungry, oh dear God, you know what that would do to you? To have no respite from the hunger? So our nature is to be satisfied. But our nature is also to be deliberate. Look at it and you'll see that you always are deliberate. You are always deliberate. Listen, even though you might listen, if you love your job, yay. If you don't love your job, yay. When you get up and you go to it, you're deliberate. Ponder it. You and I are always deliberate. We are always, because that is the only way we can be. Even when you think you're not making a choice, even when you think you procrastinate, no, you're not. You're deliberately doing the thing you've always done. Why? Because of the state of mind. We do not procrastinate because we're lazy. We don't procrastinate because we got ADD or ADHD or whatever else. We procrastinate because of the mental state that you're in. So the next time you are tempted to procrastinate and say, oh my God, I'm just put it off for another day. I am the queen. Oh, that foolishness. Ah, shoot. Getting started sometimes can be a challenge. But if you think of the end result, starting won't be a problem, will it? Because you'll be compelled to start. You'll be lured into starting because you see the end. If you have an idea of your quote unquote beach body, right? Barbados is in September, just so you know. But if you have this final idea of what your beach body looks like, what your hair looks like, whatever that is, you're being deliberate right there. And because you're being deliberate, you will act according to that. If you get up and you say, you know what? I love my body because I love it that it's healthy, and you start looking at it and talking to it as if it were healthy. Because what do we do? Oh my God, my butt looks so big in these jeans. Oh my God, I can't find anything that fits. Oh my God. And we complain. And when you complain, well, you always got to complain. Well, that's the seeds you're planting. So you see how we live naturally? You keep complaining, you got to keep complaining. But if you say, listen, I want to give praise instead. Well, find something to give praise about. Usually, the thing that you're complaining about, switch it. Give it praise instead. And watch what begins to happen. And all you're doing is being deliberate, is turning your attention towards instead of complaining about where you are. It is one of the simplest things, but yet we don't do it because we take it for granted, because we think, and we say it all the time, well, that just comes naturally. There is no other way for it to be. So whether it is good, bad, or indifferent, it is natural to us. So if you know that we eat naturally, we drink naturally, well, then choose what you want to eat and what you want to drink, because you have to. But your power lies in your choice. Don't be afraid to make the choice, because you cannot escape choice. Either you will choose to be something different, or you will continue being what you are. Continue being what you are is choosing the norm, choosing the status quo, choosing the habit. That's what it is. And we are natural at persisting. We don't give up. Come on now. Hear me when I tell you, we do not give up. We are tenacious by nature because we're always seeking satisfaction. Satisfaction must always be had. So we become tenacious and persistent so that we can get satisfied. But that's why you stay in something for as long as you do. Because satisfaction is our natural state. So to gain your satisfaction, we stay the course. Steady, steady, we stay the course until we accomplish what it is. So don't tell me you don't know how to be persistent. Don't tell me you give up easy. No, you don't. It is not in our nature to give up. If we did, we would not have the amazing inventions that we do. Believe you me, as my granny would say. Think about that for a moment, yes? We naturally are persistent, but you will be persistent according to the mental mood that you are in. That's how you'll persist. You see, we never not. Not a double negative in a sentence. We are always persistent because it is our natural state of being. And we become persistent when you're focused on the goal or the thing, the satisfaction. Switch out goal for satisfaction because that's what we want. And once satisfaction is reached, we go back in to the ebb again. Ebb and flow. You're satisfied. And then once the hunger builds again, you go back towards the satisfaction. Hunger, satisfaction. Hunger, satisfaction. It does not matter what type of hunger it is. The point is the hunger is there. You want a better life. You want a better job. You want a better whatever it is. There's a hunger. And it is always going towards satisfaction. Always. This is why we are persistent and we do not give up until we're satisfied. Because look at what happens when you don't reach satisfaction. The hunger gnaws at you until you do what? Act upon it in some way. So, because we know that we are always hungry, but we are always satisfied, the hunger does not exist without the satisfaction. But we can delay it, can't we? Oh, yes, we can. We can delay it. How do you delay it? By staying where you are and not making a choice because you're scared. This is how we can delay our satisfaction. We are always going towards satisfaction. That is our nature. So, our power then, what do I want to be satisfied with? What do you want to be satisfied with? Choose that. And the moment you choose it, if we would take our time when we say, "Oh, I want to be satisfied with," you go through your mind. What do you want to be satisfied with? Now, first of all, you don't have to go searching for it. It's right in your face because the hunger is obvious. The hunger is always obvious. It is always obvious because it has to be. That is our nature. When that baby cries from hunger, it's telling you something. Feed me, Seymour. That's what it's saying. So then you follow through until the baby is satisfied. And when they're satisfied, well, we get the diaper, don't we? See? Ebb and flow. Always. So if you know that your natural state is to always be in a state of satisfaction, then choose what you want to be satisfied in. Because your satisfaction is inevitable. You don't have to believe that. You need to know it. You need to observe it because that's how you'll know. Observe it and you'll see it for yourself. But anytime you find that you're not being satisfied, what are you doing? Satisfaction always happens. But we have the power to either delay it or propel it forward. We delay it by removing our attention from it. How do we remove our attention from our satisfaction? Oh my God, I can't do this. I'm so scared. I've never done this before. We delay the satisfaction. But the moment you say, listen, here's what I want to be satisfied with, and you give it your attention, well, then all of a sudden, out of the blue, not really, because it never does come out of the blue, does it? It's its natural pathway. The moment you choose where you want to be satisfied, every single door flies open, every window flies open, which means what? You are thrust forward towards satisfaction. And you'll see it if you're paying attention. Oh, look, that was easy. I didn't even know I could do that. Well, you were focused on satisfaction. So if you're focused on satisfaction, you're being pulled, compelled, lured. Uh, how many other words can we say? Dragged, like, but not in a bad way. Good, bad, or indifferent. I don't like the word bad, but you're inspired to move towards satisfaction if you choose satisfaction. But if you choose dissatisfaction by way of fear or uncertainty or insecurity, you will go towards dissatisfaction. And because it is not dissatisfaction that you want, you become agitated. And when you are agitated, now you begin to act according to agitation. But if you become deliberate and you say, listen, my natural state is satisfaction. So if my natural state is satisfaction, let me choose what to be satisfied in. And when I choose what to be satisfied in, let me pay attention for the only obvious action I can take. But there's nothing more to it. We think we have to force action. You do not have to force anything. I put those seeds in the dirt. I sprinkled. I sprinkled those seeds in the dirt and I watered them and I put them out And I didn't water them the second day, but I watered the third day. And then I looked in there last night when I was going to water, and there's little teeny tiny green things poking out of the dirt. Now, did I make that happen? No. I did what I had to do naturally, which was, oh, look, I put a seed in the ground. I must now nurture it. And truthfully, I didn't really have to because I can't tell the sun not to shine because it will do its thing. And funny enough, it's been raining. So I don't even have to go and turn the hose on. No, because it rains. And the dirt, well, we walk upon that dirt on a daily basis, don't we? So what did I have to do? Choose what I wanted to be satisfied with eating. So if it works with seeds in the garden, it works with your mind as well. Because you can't just choose, oh, look, I'm going to put that in the dirt. Our nature is to choose, period. Our nature is to choose, but we choose based upon the mental mood that we are in. This is why sometimes if you hear somebody say, I should have made a better choice in a man, I should have made a better choice in a woman. You know why they say that? Because they can see what mental state they were in when they chose it. Sometimes they can't see what mental state, but they know I should have chose better. The only way to choose better is to get into a better mental state. Which means what? Follow your nature. This is not Toucan, follow your nose. This is not Toucan Sam, y'all. But even he's telling you to follow your nature. Your nature is not deceitful. It is not there to turn you into some kind of a creature. Watch your nature and you'll see what it is. And it's not even prone towards violence. Don't get me started today. Your nature is a most beautiful thing because it follows the principles of creation. And because it follows the principles of creation, it is beautiful. Your nature is beautiful. So we choose, and we choose according to the state of mind that we occupy. Oh my God, I'm so bored. I'm so lonely. And then we act naturally. So today, what is it that you want to be satisfied with? Begin to see it in your mind's eye, because once you see it in your mind's eye, that's the state now. And once you're in that state, you're going to act the only way you can. Just like mania. One of the truest signs of mania is to strip naked. For real, for real. That's one of the cardinal signs of mania. When you see somebody just standing and just strip all their clothes off, and you're like, well, what are you doing? That's natural for mania. Just like for a really low mood, you stay still. You don't even want to move. That's its nature. The nature of molasses is to be slow. Right? Everything has its nature. If you observe it, you will see it. So, what do you want to experience? What do you want to be satisfied with? You want to be in a state of satisfaction. Let's make our lives easier. If you want to be satisfied, get into a state of satisfaction. Well, I don't know how to do that, Angela. I don't know how to get into a state of satisfaction. Have you ever been satisfied with anything? I'm sure at one point in our lives we have been. Or we've seen someone who was satisfied. Perhaps. Well, you play that song of yours that you love, and then your mood is great. Well, you were satisfied, were you not? Okay, then. You see, the mood or state of mind of satisfaction is always there for us. So get into it. Get into the, right? Get into the mood of satisfaction. And when you get into the mood of satisfaction, well, you will act the only way there is to act, and that is satisfied. And because you are acting satisfied, you have the effect. You can use the effect to bring about the cause of your satisfaction. Right? So do what comes naturally. And we are always imagining every day, all day. When you say it all the time, I wonder what that would be like. I wonder what that would taste like. I wonder what would happen. What do you think you're doing? You are engaging your imagination. You are stirring up God within. The moment you say, oh, I wonder what that would be like. Well, start to stir that up within yourself. Start to arouse yourself, people. Hello. Why? Because at the end of arousal is satisfaction. That's why. Can you listen? I know we've heard some phenomenal things. People who there's some kind of a strange thing that happens to their body where they walk around and they are in a perpetual state of arousal. Now, for others, that may seem, oh my God, that is so cool. Yeah, but it is perpetual. So you see, now the perpetual thing now becomes harmful. That is why you must always have the ebb and the flow. You should not prolong something. You should not make it perpetual because it now creates a problem. See? So if you look at your life, your nature, and you recognize ebb and flow, arousal, satisfaction, that's where we always are, right in between it all the time. Arousal, satisfaction, day in and day out. It is already happening to us naturally. But where we get to harness it is by choosing what you want to be aroused with. Well, you know, listen, it is inevitable that satisfaction is there. That is its nature, satisfaction. But in order to be satisfied, there has to be an arousal. Satisfaction does not occur on its own. It is cause and effect. They're sisters, they're brothers, they travel together. So if you know that that's what's happening, arousal, satisfaction, then choose what you want to be satisfied in, and it will arouse you naturally. You don't have to force your arousal, nor do you force your satisfaction. You choose. So, what is it that you want to be satisfied in your life? You want to be satisfied with life in general? Well, then, feel the satisfaction. Yes, it may be general, but if you want to be specific, what piece of the puzzle of your life do you want to be satisfied with right here and right now? Is it more money? Is it a relationship? Is it a car? Is it a career? What is it? Choose. And as soon as you see what it is in your mind's eye, you're going to do what? You're going to feel the arousal of it. Yes, you will. But you know what we do? Oh, that's not possible. And you begin to pour dirt upon the fire of your arousal. think we have a word called unrequited? It is not in our nature to be unrequited, y'all. We're supposed to be satisfied. Because unrequited does not feel pleasant. Think about that. You are meant to always be satisfied to accomplish your goal. But what keeps us from accomplishing it? We talk ourselves out of it. Well, this weekend, right, as you go through the world, you're not you're not just talking yourself into something. I want you to see what you're doing in layman's terms so that when you do it, you'll giggle. Because I know I do. When you talk yourself into something, when you hype yourself up, what are you doing? You are intensifying your arousal. Wait for a moment. Ponder it. Think seriously. When you are talking yourself into something that you want to do and it excites you, you are intensifying your arousal. And the longer you stay in that arousal, the end result is your satisfaction. So you will know what to do. You can't not know. Don't try to figure out what to do. Allow. Allow. When you see the baby cubs and they are play fighting, they're doing what comes naturally. It looks like play. They're frolicking. But what are they actually doing if you observe it? And they spring on each other. They're, they call it play fighting. They're learning how to do something. So practice the self arousal. The thing you want to accomplish happens naturally. You ponder it and you say, oh, but if I do that, that makes me feel so good when I do it. Oh, can I imagine what that would be like if I did it? Oh, what if I did get that promotion? Oh, they wouldn't stop talking about me at the water cooler. My name would be in everybody's mouth. Oh, yes, it would. Oh, I would get that corner office, that parking spot. Oh, yes. You'll begin to arouse yourself with it. Because what do you know? That the satisfaction is inevitable. It reaches a peak, your arousal. But if you stop the arousal, you cannot reach the peak of satisfaction. So you see, when I tell you that you and I are always persistent, do you know why we persist? Because we want the satisfaction. So what are you persisting in? You are persisting in intensifying the arousal. So when you think of the thing that you want, you have to love it. Your new job, your new career, your new relationship. What does that new relationship look like for you? Hmm? You get flowers. You get a box of chocolates. You get a man with a wrench who knows how to fix things about the house. You get a man who he's all sweaty when he's mowing and raking the lawn, and you just go outside and you say, here, baby, let me hold the bag open for you. So you could just look at him. Listen, let me tell you something. If you do that, it doesn't matter. If all you can see are his muscles, or let's flip it. If all you can hear is her say, or you can hear yourself say, well, that bread smells good, honey. Yes, I just did a gender role. Too bad, so sad, because I love to bake bread. But I learned a passion for baking from my great grandfather because he was a baker, right? But I digress. So if that's what you, as a man, would love in your partner, well then, every time you go outside and you walk by the grocery store and you smell the bakery department, you go, "Ooh, that's my girl. She be baking. I better keep going to the gym." That's what you say. And the next thing you know, what do you think happens? You meet somebody and you say, "I felt like I've known you for so long." But what happens to us? What do we do? There ain't no good men in the world. There ain't no good women in the world. You are putting dirt on your arousal. When somebody said rub some dirt in it, that's not what they meant. Okay. You do not put dirt on the fire of your arousal. You persist in your arousal because you know the inevitability is satisfaction. But we think arousal only has to do with, you know, but that is only part of the nature of arousal. That is only part of the nature of arousal. But arousal is everywhere. Everywhere. It is not just one thing, it is everything. Because that is our nature. And it builds and it builds and it builds until bam, you're satisfied. Go to Coney Island on that roller coaster. The roller coaster, what? It builds. Chug, 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 chug all the way up. And then what do you want to do? You just want to throw your hands up in the air and scream all the way down. The satisfaction of the thrill. Arousal is everywhere. So today, my beautiful friends, I'm just telling you, it is our nature to be aroused, but it is also our nature to be satisfied. And so, if you know your nature, you can harness your nature. What do you want satisfaction in? Choose it and continually revel in your arousal because you know the end result. Because if you stop, you have to start all over again. Of course, if that's part of the game. You start and you take a moment. That's why you play. This is why Neville says, toy with the idea of the wish fulfilled. What would it be like if you had the corner office? What would Jill's face look like if you got that promotion? What would your mother say if you bought her that house? That is how you toy with your desire, your arousal every day, all day. And you will reach a point of satisfaction. It is inevitable. And once you hit satisfaction, there's nothing else to be done. Nothing else is to be done from there because the satisfaction tells you you did it. So that means the new job is yours. You don't have to wait for it. Walk in the satisfaction of it. But to get to satisfaction, you've got to go through the door of arousal. So today, let us take a moment, shall we, to welcome everyone into the space this morning. Let me put my glasses on. Oh, hallelujah. Look at Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. It is bumping up in here today. Hello, Miss Sonia, Wealthy Supreme Rico. You are the two people who've made yourselves known in the chat. But the others that are here, oh, I see you. I appreciate you being here. Who's on fan base this morning? Let's look at it. Uh Serrano is here. Antoine. Hello, Antoine. You're here. Miss Ange is here. Afternoon Delight is in the house. Miss McQueen. Miss Crenshaw. Flo Smiles. Ali. Oracle Treehouse. Fawn is here. Ooh, hallelujah. I know Joaquin was also here, and his room is going to open on Fanbase shortly after mine, so I won't keep you long. But let me give you this scenario. Welcome, everybody. And yes, a little bit he's here too, but I think he fell over last time on that little leg when he sang last time because he stopped short. Well, I'm sure he'll holler for you again. He will sing for us again. Don't fret. If it is your health, if it is your health today, you want the satisfaction of healing, correct? You want the satisfaction of ease, of mobility, of what your idea of perfect health is because you know what the problem is. I do not. You want that, yes? Good. What if it is stairs that are your nemesis? And your knees, every time you see stairs, your knees say, you think you can, huh? Not today. If that's what your knees say to you, begin now in your mind's eye. You don't have to walk upstairs physically yet. Pretend, if you will, that you are the athlete with the little cap on your head and you're hooked up to the computer, and the tester says to you, I want you to imagine you're running the race. And you begin to run the race in your mind's eye. Well, wouldn't you know, the muscles that you would need to run the race begin to fire. As if you were running, but you're not. You're sitting there with a cap on your head, hooked up to a computer. So now, imagine, if you will, your knees, your hips, your back, your arms, whatever it is, whatever the organ is. Imagine, if you will, you are sitting there with that cap on and it's hooked up to a computer. And you're told, imagine that you were doing the thing you can't do. Hmm. No, listen, nobody would know what that person was thinking if they were not hooked up to the computer. Hmm? Eh? It wouldn't be able to measure their brain waves if they didn't have a cap on. You don't have a cap on, but your brain waves are going to match what you tell it. So imagine, if you will, that you're doing the thing that you cannot presently do. Just begin to imagine that you are doing it. Not that you're watching yourself do it, but that you are doing it. So if it stairs, you got your hand on the rail and your first foot there on the step. And you start to climb the stairs. Now, if you get distracted, if the dog barks and you the stairs disappear from your mind, that's okay. You just holler for the dog to hush and you start again. And you start again. And you will be able to walk up those stairs in your mind's eye. Now, don't think that you are pretending, because you are not pretending. Your brain waves, this is why persistence is key. Your brain waves are beginning to do something. They're beginning to do what you are imagining. And then a new neurological pathway begins to form. This is why, if you persist in that mental activity of climbing those stairs, swimming, whatever it is that you cannot do at the moment, if you do it in your imagination, because you're now in your mind's eye hooked up to the computer to show you what you're doing, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 it's measuring all the things, right? Do it every day. Same time, same chair, same amount of time every day. Begin to set the habit, right? By the third day, You should be so excited to just sit there and do the thing in your mind's eye. The first week, oh, you're like, dude, this is awesome. Second week, third week. Let me tell you something. You're going to walk by stairs. And what are you going to do when you walk by those stairs? You will either walk up those stairs or down those stairs, and you will catch yourself when you're halfway up and you go, wait, wait, I don't hurt. Now, don't get too surprised that you fall down the stairs, right? But that's what's going to happen. You'll be like, wait, whoa, wait a minute. Because it is natural. And naturally, you're gonna walk by those stairs, and the first thing you'll tell yourself is, "Oh, we gotta go up the stairs," because you spent that time in your mind's eye walking up and down the stairs. That when you go out and you need to use the stairs, you're not going to second guess stairs because your brain sees stairs and registers climbing stairs, ascending, descending. That's what you've conditioned your brain to do. So your body says, we can climb stairs. And when you get partway up those stairs, you're going to be caught by surprise because allegedly, as Neville Goddard says, us humans have a short memory span and we forget what we have done. And that's why you're going to freak out when you climb those stairs and go, wait a minute, my knees don't hurt. My back don't hurt. Oh, oh. Yeah. See what you did there? All you did was practice every single day, reaching a state of satisfaction in your mind's eye to do a thing that you cannot presently do. And then naturally, as you go about your business in the world, you will realize, oh my God, I can do it. And you do it as if you've been doing it this whole time without a problem. I wonder where your knee pain went. You weren't focused on knee pain. You were focused on doing something that you couldn't do, which is climb the stairs. So then your knee had to fix itself so that you could not be made a liar of. But hey, it is up to you now to sit there and practice it in your mind's eye. If you get excited about the fact that I'm going to climb me some stairs, well, then your whole body will comply so that you can satisfactorily climb the stairs without a single issue. But you want to say to me, oh, Angela, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. Are you everybody? Yes. Yes, you are. So when you do it, everybody's doing it. All right. So what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the right time? Who's going to tell you the right time? I don't know your schedule. You are the one to determine the time that you want to sit down and imagine in your mind's eye. Oh, that's all you're doing. So, in the words of Greta Thunberg, I dare you. And then in the words of Zeus from the mortals, prove me right. That would be the law talking. That's not me, okay? So, on this lovely day, as we hear the bowl and possible bird song, this morning, determine what your satisfaction will be. And you will become aroused by it. And you will persist. 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 And then you will reach your state of satisfaction. because it is already there. The moment the arousal occurs, the satisfaction also occurs. And the moment the satisfaction is there, the arousal has been chosen. So choose as you hear the bold and possible bird song. Choose what it is. Now remember, when you're sitting there on the couch, it could be anything. It could be you sitting in your corner office. It could be you driving your new car. It could be you going into the bank to do your business because now they have to make an appointment for you to deal with all of that money. You don't go to the ATM no more. You go to the bank manager because you are in a different category altogether. So it doesn't matter. Just do the same thing the same way every time. Keep it short and keep it sweet. Because you know we like sweet, right? Anyhow, let me get that bowl for us. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you all for being here on this lovely, lovely Friday. But remember yourself. Remember what you are capable of. Remember, for the love of God in all things, that you are the one with the power of choice. Remember that you can harness your nature. Remember that you can do that. Yes? Goody. Well, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter fan base. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you all for being here. And tonight, I don't even know what the lecture will be, the bedtime lecture will be. I don't know. I haven't chosen it yet. But I will choose it and put it up so that we can meet for 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, so that we can fall asleep in the state of the wish fulfilled. Yes. So make sure and watch for that upcoming workshop. Let me see. Yes, watch for that. Do I want to get it done today? Where's Flo Smiles? Yes, Flo Smiles. I want to get it done today. I'm trying. I think I'm getting better at making the flyers. Like this is new for me, okay? So, and telling people what it is to stimulate their appetite. Um, so watch for those things that are coming so that we can be part of this workshop. And also a TCM training is coming up. TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, with the way the law works and your mind and your body. Yes? So that we can practice. Remember, you can order your Oracle cards. I think, did she say they're coming today? I haven't checked my email yet, so I don't know. I just have to go pick them up, the test copy, just to do the final check. But anyway, you can also order those. What else is there? If you find, because I know some people say, but Angela, I need one-on-one. I'm like, not really. But if you think you do, let me know. I do offer coaching as well. Because I think I'm pretty thorough to explain on a daily basis. But if you think you need more time or you need more of an explanation, just let me know and I will set aside some time for you. If you find that you enjoy what we do here on the channel, feel free to check out my LINKTREE, and you can make a financial contribution if you'd like to. What do I have? There's many options. You can be on Patreon for more exclusive content. You can be a member on YouTube, and the tiers, they start at 99 cents a month. Like, you can do that if you like what we do here on the channel. What else is there? That's it. Or if you would like me to create a meditation for you so you can listen to it. Because some people say, oh my God, I love your voice. And so if you'd like that, let me know. Let's see. That's about it. Oh, wait. And if you would like, I do offer herbal treatments. Herbal, yes. Herbal teas. But they're specific towards your situation because, again, we use the principles of nature, the principles of creation, the laws of creation to build your formula so that you get the best result. So if that is something you're interested in, DM me on whatever platform you're on, send me a note and I will get a form to you. And that way we can go over all the information. Oh, oh, well, look who just showed up. Hello, beautiful Andrea. Hello, hello, hello. Didn't I say I called your name earlier this week? I said to your brother, make sure and tell your sister hello for me. And here you are. Mm. You call and she shows up, right? Hey, it is beautiful to see you, my dear Andrea, darling. So that's all. I don't want to keep you long because I know, like I said, we have Joaquim's space. So go forth and remember who and what you are and what your power is this weekend. Walk in it. Come on now. Walk in it. Yes. Much love to you all. Much, much, much love to you all. And you know, I look forward to hearing from you.